Hey there, Mike again from Sandy Gray Mac. There's a little bit of follow-up to the review that we did about the power source anti-glare screen. I had some complaints about me putting it on, complaints about me, the way it was put on, and I had a couple bubbles on there. And I had some comments about, first of all, maybe not necessarily reading the directions, and second, about how you can get some of that stuff up. And I was going to try and do a little bit of this on camera. At worst here, this will be good for some laughs. But I put it down, and I had a little bubble down here. And in the directions and online, it says if you have a problem, don't try and pick it up with your nail. Don't try and lift it up with your nail. You want to use a piece of Scotch tape to lift it up. And then if you got a little something under there, you can take another piece of Scotch tape and put it over and try and remove it. So you lift it up with one, put one there, and basically try and take the sticky off. And you know what? In the review I did, you could see there was right here. I had or no, actually it was right over here. Right here I had a little bubble, and I gave this a shot. And actually, I was a little skeptical that this would work. I thought it would mess it up even more. Otherwise, I would have videotaped it, and it actually worked. And what was interesting is it left a mark. It actually left a mark there, and I thought, like, well, okay, this is great, but now I got a little adhesive mark on here. But since then, it's dried or something. It's dried or settled or did something, and it's off. So I have, this is otherwise a pretty good application, except for right there. If you can see that right there, we'll zoom in and I'll try and work on the small frame here. So you can see right there I got a just a little something. So let's give this a shot. Like I said, worst case, this will be good for some laughs here. So I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape, and actually you don't want to use a whole lot of tape because it's a little bit of a pain to get off. And this will be a little interesting to work around the camera here. So just kind of bear with me. Well, let's not do that. Okay. So here's a fresh piece of tape. That sticky side facing up here if I can get it off me. Okay. So let's see if we can pull this off here on camera. So right under there, actually you can still see it right there. That's the little speck of dust that got in my right underneath the display. So we'll take this piece of tape, this sticky side down, and then we'll ever so carefully, need another hand here, ever so carefully pull it up. Look at that. I don't know, can you see it? It's pulling it up. Piece of cake. This is why you read directions. You can see I'm pulling it all up. Okay. Actually, I don't need that much. Okay, so I lifted it up. I have the second piece of tape underneath, sticky side down. Now I'm just going to go like this. All right, and if you can, try not to get the two pieces of tape stuck together. It just makes life a little bit easier. I did right there. Okay, this is the old one down, and now we're back down. I'm going to hold down the screen right there and pull off the top. Okay, now, see, look at that little piece of tape right there. Now that's from the underside, and that's how this how it looked over here. It looked exactly the same right there, but that's gone. So let's take my rag here. I got a microcloth, and we'll just kind of buff it out. And what we'll do is we'll let this sit for a little bit and see if it. Let's see if that goes down. Now you can see there is no more bubble there. The bubble is gone. But you still get that little piece of tape right there. So I'm going to let this sit for a little bit because it looked exactly the same right here where the other one was. And it's not there anymore. So we'll just kind of let this chill for a little bit, and we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, guys, we're back here. It's been about 45 minutes. And it took I checked on about every 15 minutes or so, but that little tape mark is left. It was right about there. You can see that it's not there anymore. So the magic of magic Scotch tape kind of went away. You know, actually, I loaded up the video while I was waiting, and something that kind of occurred to me is, you know, when I put it in, I pressed it down with my finger, and that probably made it a little bit worse. So maybe what I would try if I had to do this again, lift it up, and then maybe just put the piece of tape on there and just put it down lightly. Don't press it too hard. I guess it depends what you got under there. If it's just a little flake of dust or a little piece of lint, it'll come right off with the tape. You know, if you got a little smudge or something a little more, you know, a little heavy duty under there, it might help to press it down the tape and maybe do it a couple times. Maybe pick it up, move it, pick it up, move it a little bit, and kind of get all of it out of there. But if that little speck of dust that was causing that bubble, it seemed to definitely take care of it, but probably didn't need as much overkill. And you can see my fingerprints on there. So that's a quick little tip. You know, thanks for people who pointed that out to me. And you know, and again, as a follow-up to the review, you know, as you're putting it on, you have some Scotch tape together, and if it lays out and it's just like a smidge over this, you know, smidge too far over here, just take that piece of tape, you know, like here's my old little piece of tape. You know, just take that piece of tape, lift it up, and then use the tape and place it exactly where you want. Try not to touch it, because that's when you get stuff under there. So there it is. I guess a quick tip on how to get those little bubbles out and little pieces of lint or whatever you have under there. Thanks for your comments, and I hope this works out for someone.